Please welcome back Dharmesh Mehta.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed today's breakout sessions, networking, and wellness activities, and that you found the experience so far to be extremely valuable. The big takeaway from my perspective is this: there is a lot of opportunity to accelerate your business to the next level together with Amazon. Empowering your business, fueling your ongoing success. These are goals that we share. We have a special guest who also shares these goals. He spent his career at Amazon in various capacities, especially within the Amazon operations teams, before ascending to his current position as the CEO of our worldwide consumer business. It is my very great pleasure to welcome Dave Clark. Hello, Dave. It's great to chat with you today. You're well into your first year as CEO of Amazon's worldwide consumer business, and what a year it's been. These have been some of the most challenging times in so many ways. So to get us started, can you give us a little bit of your perspective on the last year?
Well, it has been an incredible year. It's been a great time to be a part of this team and to be part of the seller community that we have. Watching what the sellers have done to build their businesses, to start new businesses, to develop new products for consumers in very challenging and difficult times, both in with families, with communities, and their supply chain, has been truly impressive, inspiring, and humbling. So it's been a great journey, and I'm looking forward to a great holiday season coming up here in a couple of months.
Absolutely, I agree. It's been really impressive to see how sellers' entrepreneurial spirit has really allowed so many to persevere and moreover to thrive during these times. One of the things that you've shared that I don't think a lot of sellers know is that you actually grew up in a very entrepreneurial family. And so can you tell us a little bit about how that shaped your outlook on small businesses and how it's impacted your career?
Yeah, I did. I grew up in a small family business. Our family owned it. We're from Dalton, Georgia, the carpet capital of the world. And so we had a small carpet store in Florida, and that's where I learned to drive a forklift. And it was an incredibly formative part of my life because I really learned, first and foremost, when you own a business, it's not a job. It's your life. It's like a family member. It's 24/7, and you're engaged with it in a different way than you are in a job. And I know our sellers are engaged with their businesses in the same way. This is very personal for them, and I think it's important that we treat it with that level of personalness that they do their business. And I also got to experience what it's like to be shut out a bit. As new businesses came to town, as big boxes, when I was growing up was the age of big box kind of coming to town. And, it was very challenging to compete as a small business with a Lowe's or a Home Depot or somebody coming in. And we didn't have an Amazon then. We didn't have a way to really get out beyond our community and sell our product. And I think one of the things that's very special to me personally about our seller business is how much we've been able to democratize shopping for sellers and give them an opportunity to serve customers, not just in their communities, but across their state, across the country, and even across the world in a way that you just couldn't do, a decade or 2 decades ago. And opening that up for sellers, I think, is one of the most important things we've done as a company and one of the most important things we're going to continue to do in the years and decades to come.
Yeah, Dave, it's a super interesting insight, both on how critical running that business is to a small business's livelihood, but also how much they have to navigate. As you think about some of those challenges that small businesses face, where are you guiding, your teams here at Amazon to focus when it comes to how we can better support and empower sellers in our store?
There's sellers are in all different forms and fashion and sizes, and so we need to help them across the life cycle. That includes allowing them to bring new products, helping them discover which products they need to bring or could bring to the store to help customers. And, you've got some interesting products to help them with that along the way. And then sellers need to understand how to build their brands and how through brand development, they can more directly connect to customers over time, can build a following inside of Amazon, can build up all the things they need to do to have a great store inside of Amazon. And I think you're also doing some amazing work there that we're talking about over the couple days of these sessions. And then I think sellers really want predictability, stability, transparency. It is so personal. What you're doing every day, running your own business, and I think it's an area we don't get right all the time. It's an area we're always learning from, and I know it's one of the places you and I've gotten to spend a lot of time together, helping me understand and educating me over the last year in the transition of how we get closer to sellers in communication, and how we get better at engaging more directly and more transparently. And I know that's a goal you have, it's a goal I share, and a place we're very focused on in the years ahead.
Yeah, I can certainly attest that I've actually seen you push on all of those areas, both with me and my team, but also with many teams at Amazon. They're just simply critical to delighting sellers. And on that note, one of the things we talk about a lot at Amazon is about being customer obsessed. And I'm curious how you see that translating into sellers. How can we be obsessed about both customers and sellers, and how does that work for you?
Well, first and foremost, I think sellers are our customers. That's when I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking about multiple sets of customers. I'm thinking about how do we please and how do we serve the divinely discontent end user customer that shops from us every day, and also how do we serve sellers? Like we have a great group of sellers who like to share on Twitter and various other social media avenues, and it's fun. I wake up in the morning and I scour the news and what people are saying to understand, like, where both end users and sellers, where are the places we could be better? Because I do think it's one of the most special things about our culture here is we look for the defects. We know we don't get it right all the time, and despite incredible work from amazing teams and amazing people who have delivered hundreds of new features for sellers this year, and I think delivering some really interesting products this week. Despite all that, we still, we miss things, and it's incredibly educational to be involved in these conversations and to get that feedback from sellers to understand what we can do next.
Yeah, that makes sense. If I go back to one of the things you talked about earlier, and you mentioned how we can use our scale to help small businesses and really enable them to do some of the things that have traditionally been locked to big businesses. Right. Certainly one of the ways we've done that over the years in a really big way is through our significant investments in operations, including fulfillment centers and logistics and transportation. And our sellers using FBA really benefit from this in so many ways, including our customer service that we provide. And you come from over 20 years of experience in this area. Any thoughts you want to share about our operations, or any advice for sellers as they go into the holiday season?
Yeah, I would. In fact, I think, again, if I think about the things we've done with sellers and in partnership with sellers over the years, I think FBA is an amazing innovation. And there's some of our some other people out there who like to say they're arming the rebels in the shopping universe. We've been arming the rebels for decades now, and we're putting billions of dollars of capital in the ground to build fulfillment capability, delivery capability. We've delivered billions of packages this year and last year that just would have never have been delivered if we hadn't built the transportation systems that we've built, and sellers are benefiting from that. In fact, we now sell more seller product than we do 1P product, and so sellers are benefiting from it even more than Amazon retail. And so I think the thing about it is, over the last 18 months, we still, even though sellers have more inventory today than per unit shipped basically than they had pre-pandemic, it's still not enough. It's another one of those places where I wish we could have built more, but we're building as fast as we can build the teams. I can assure you the teams are working tirelessly out there to get new capacity in place for this holiday season. It's going to be a good one, but it's going to be a tight one. And so we've been encouraging customers to shop early. We encourage a lot of sellers brought in more inventory through the course of the summer and have already bulked up for the holiday season. And we are ramping up staffing. You may have seen our 150,000 job openings in the U.S. that we're out hiring right now. And we're putting a lot of money behind it with hiring incentives and everything else. But I encourage people to shop early, and I think we're going to have a good holiday season. Or I know we're going to have a good holiday season, but it's going to be a tight one. And everybody needs to be patient and know that the teams around the world are doing everything they can every day for customers and for sellers, and hang on for the ride.
Well, Dave, thank you so much. In closing, is there anything else you'd like to share with the seller community?
Well, I'd just like to say thank you. Thank you for putting your trust in our teams and in Amazon. We take it very seriously. We take it very personally, and Dharmesh and his teams and all the other teams and the teams in the field really do take a lot of pride that we get to support small business in the way that we do. And we appreciate it, and thanks for taking the time to share your insights and perspectives with us, and look forward to meeting more of you in the future.
Dave, I can't thank you enough for spending some time with us today and sharing some of your insights and perspectives. With that, we approach the end of a busy day. Earlier, we dove deep into the subjects of starting your business and building your brand. We made numerous exciting announcements, shared memorable stories of seller successes, and capped our first session with SBA Administrator Isabella Casillas Guzman. Then we split into personalized tracks of breakout learning, interactive discussions, robust networking, and wellness activities before returning to hear from Dave Clark. So it's been a busy day indeed. And we happen to have another exciting one lined up for tomorrow. We have even more new launch announcements, more inspirational seller stories, more special guests, and more opportunities for networking and learning from breakout sessions with live Q&A. And so more and more proof points that we are indeed headed to the next level together. So until tomorrow then, enjoy the rest of your day.